Hi, my name's Chris, and I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. And these True King, True Draco prices are insane. Like, Dragonic Diagrams, like $70. I can't afford it. I lost my mortgage. I lost my family. All I have is this bloody alcohol to drink. If you know someone suffering from Yu-Gi-Oh depression, call 555 Konami. I repeat, 555 Konami. I'm losing everything, man. These fucking car prices are insane. What's good, team? Right now, I'm going to bring you guys another episode of the Explain series today. And on this week's episode, I will be explaining the True Draco King deck in detail. So in this video, I'm going to be going based over how the True Draco deck work. I'm going to be showing you guys some replays of the deck, showing you guys some of the deck's combos, and just overall giving you guys an honest opinion on the deck. Because you guys already know, the True King Draco deck is not like the True King Dinosaur deck. It don't run the True King monsters, it run the True Draco monsters, who pretty much revolve around triggering spell and traps to summon themselves to the field. And their spell and traps all have effects when they leave. Like the spells, pretty much when they leave the field, you pop back row. And the traps, pretty much when they leave the field, you pop monster. So yeah, this deck is pretty insane. And we're going to also delve into this deck being one of the reasons why Dragonic Diagram is an $80 card. Because what a lot of you guys probably do not know, this deck is ultimately one of the best decks in the OCG. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, welcome to my mock deck list for the True King Demise True Draco deck. I don't know, should I call this True King or True Draco? The OCG has changed the name a lot. But pretty much it's the deck that you guys are going to be seeing all over the tournament scene. All I did was pretty much net deck a deck I saw on the OCG and added my own twist to it because we don't have things like Harper Specters and etc. So right now, as you guys already know, this is the explanation part of the video where I'm going to go into every card in detail, tell you why the card is used and etc. And if I missed out on anything that you guys felt like should have been in this portion, let me know in the comment section down below. Starting off with Masterpiece of True Draco Slayer King. He's a 2950 attack, 2950 defense. He's a 8-star monster. Effect basically reads, for the tribute summon but not set of this card, you can also tribute continuous spell / trap cards. He's unaffected by the effects of cards of the same type he tributed. So if you tributed a monster with a spell and trap, he's unaffected by monster effects and spell and traps. If you tribute by spell and traps, he's unaffected by spell and traps, so that's pretty good. As this card is tributed for a tribute summon of this card once per turn, during either player's turn, this card is tribute summon, you can banish one spell / trap card from your graveyard, continuous spell / trap card that is, then target one card in the field and destroy it. So off back, he's one of the reasons why the deck is doing so well in the OCG, and he's going to be one of the reasons that why the deck does so well in the TCG. He's easy to bring out. He pops cards during either player's turn, very similar to that Zodiac card whose name I can't think of right now. And overall, he makes himself unaffected of the card type that he's tribute summoning. So if you tribute, let's say, a spell and trap, he's unaffected by spell and traps. If you tribute a monster and a spell, which more than likely you guys would do to optimize his effect, going to the next format, he'll be able to dodge that Zodiac card, name will be on the screen of course, and he'll be able to dodge things like Regeki and etc. etc. So overall, it's a powerful card. Definitely the deck needs 3, no exceptions. Next up, we have Dynamite Knuckle, the True Draco Fighter. Now, I saw a bunch of different builds in the OCG. Run to it as one, but in my opinion, he's 3 of. He's really good. He's a level 6, 2500 attack, 1200 defense. Effect basically reads, for the tribute summon but not set of this card, you can also tribute summon continuous / spell cards / trap cards, of course, once per turn during each player's turn. While your opponent activates a spell or trap card or effect while you control this tribute summon card, you can add to your hand or activate on your field one True Draco or True King continuous trap card from your deck. Now, you're going to notice the fire and the water one pretty much both do the same thing. And activating a spell and trap card from your deck can be really great. And then not to mention, you add cards to your field. So if you don't open up your masterpiece first turn, you can always bring out the Dynamite Knuckle for a good first turn play. So now, if you're, as soon as your opponent starts activating effects, you resolve his effect, and you can counter him with one of your spell and trap cards, which is always gonna be great. Or you can just add cards to your hand and add more consistency. So very good level 6 card. Then we got Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior. He's a 5-star fire, 2400 attack, 1000 defense. For his effect, he pretty much says for the tribute summon, the same thing, tribute clause, and then his real effect is once per turn during the player's turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this tribute summon card, you can add to your hand or activate on the field one True Draco or True King continues spell card in your hand. Pretty much Fire and Water does the same thing, which is why you run them as 3Ls for consistency purposes. Just adding your spell and trap cards from your deck to your hand is great, and setting them to your hand is just godly. But yeah, so definitely these, you're gonna max out on the fire, water, and the light one for sure. And then the build I saw in the LCG that I'm using as my market deck, they ran one of the Majesty made the True Draco Mage, I guess just to have more targets on those slow hands. It's effect basically reads for the tribute summon, same clause, and once per turn during a player's turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this tribute summon card, you can add one True Draco, True King monster deck to your hand. So this is pretty much for those slow games where you don't open up any of these guys. You can bring her out, and then she'll allow you to search out your masterpiece, True Draco Slay King. Pretty good, pretty powerful. And as you guys already know, this deck is not going to be a budget deck because all of these cards are pretty much foil coming out of the next set. I think he's an Ultra or Secret, correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, this is the money deck, so if you guys aren't on a budget, don't play this deck. In the OCG, they also max out on Ghost Ash and Beautiful Spring as a 3-of effect-based reads. For you guys that do not know, during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that moves a card or cards from any main deck to any hand or graveyard, or especially the monster from the main deck, except during damage step, you can discard this card and get that effect. You can only use this effect of Ghost Ash and Beautiful Spring once per turn. I mean, this is just dumb. Every deck in the OCG is running 3. I mean, every deck in general, if you can afford this card, you should be running 3. If you want to pay money for this card, you should be running 3. No exceptions. Then the deck also runs the Pot of Cupidity, Banish 10, draw 2, Pot of Desires, and the TCG name change. Then they also max out on a Card of Demise, and the Card of Demise is pretty tricky in the deck, because the deck does burn out its hand a lot, and Card of Demise help you draw into more of your spell and traps, which will help you to set up for your following turn. So this pretty much, you guys already know. If you draw until you have 3 cards in your hand, also for the rest of your turn, your opponent can take no damage, and you banish your entire hand. So yeah, it's a consistency card. Then 3 Terraformers for consistency. I was surprised it ran Duality, but I guess it makes sense because this is a tribute summon based deck, which is why it runs on the Monarch Stormforth. And I saw some builds run Twin Twister, but I did also see a lot of builds in the OCG run Cosmic Cyclone. This is good for Zodiac Barrage, banishing it for they won't get their effects. It's also good for the TCG if you guys were to run up against Paleozoics, banishing their spell and traps. But since almost every card in this deck, when you tribute the spells in this deck to bring out the monsters, they pop back row, so you don't really need to max out on the back row hate, but banishing back row hate is really great. So yeah, and then Monarch Stormforth because it's Stormforth. Then you have the True Draco card. So the True Draco cards are so powerful. I'm going to go over their effects really fast and tell you why they're great. True Draco Succession. During your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of different True Draco and True King card types, monster, spell, and trap sent from your field to the graveyard during its turn. During your main phase, you can immediately, after this card revolves, tribute summon, but not set, one True Draco, True King monster. If this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target one spell and trap card in the field and destroy it. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn, pretty much. So pretty much, it's if you guys that play back in the Dragon Ruler format, and a lot of players actually compare this deck to old school Dragon Rulers. This is can't think of the name right now. That dragon card that says for every dragon, you draw 1 card for every dragon card sent to the graveyard for that turn. This is pretty much what it pretty much does, but you have to have different cards. So it's more of a balanced version of that card that was running Dragon Rule. So really good. They also had their own archetype based Pot of a balanced version of Pot of not Pot of Greed, but Pot of Avarice. You can target 3 True Draco, True King cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw 1 card during your main phase. Immediately after this resolves, you can tribute summon 1 True King, True Draco monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can destroy 1 spell and trap card in the field. You can activate 1 of these cards once per turn. So yeah, Pot of Avarice. Then you also have your I can't think of that. Oh my god, I can't. It's really bugging me, that dragon card. I'm gonna think about it as soon as after I shoot the video. And then we have the $80, probably $150 card by National Time, Dragonic Diagram. Now, Dragonic Diagram. This card is 80 bucks, and it is for a reason because you run it in both versions of the deck. You run it in the True King Dinosaur deck, and you run it in the True Draco Demise deck. Effect basically reads, all True Draco and True King monsters in the field gain 300 attack and defense. The first time each True Review summon True Draco and True King monster will be destroyed by battle. Each turn, it is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add one True Draco, True King card from your deck to your hand. So you guys already know how this card combos in the dinosaur variant. But in this variant, you can pop your spell and traps, and I believe if they're on the field, you get their effects, which is really good because it says this card is from the field to graveyard. So if you activate this, resolve to draw, then play this, pop this. You can search out a True Draco monster, send it to the graveyard, part back row. There's just so many different combos you can do with this card. It's insane. And not to mention it's a secret rare too. So yeah, and then not to mention also the destroy by battle part combos well with your masterpiece, the Draco Slayer King, due to the fact that if you tribute summon a monster and a spell to bring him out, then you combo with this. He can't be destroyed by battle, and he's unaffected by monster effects and spell effects. I mean, at that point, you're just gonna pretty much lose. You're opposing a monster that's unaffected by pretty much everything, can't be destroyed by battle, and he's popping a card during either player's turn. So yeah, what is there not to like about these cards? Then we go into the trap cards. We got the Revival of the True King. This card is sent from the spell to the graveyard. You can target one monster in the field and destroy it. You cannot activate the following effects of Revival of the True King in the same chain. So pretty much you can only activate one of these. First effect, while it's on the field, you can target one True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard special summon in defense position. Also, you can also special summon other monsters for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. So it's pretty much a call on for the deck. And it also has a second effect. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon but not set one True Draco or True King monster. You can only use this effect of Revival True King monster per turn. So you can activate this in your opponent's turn, tribute this off, and tribute, let's say, off one of your monsters. If you're a Master Slayer piece, and then start popping stuff, and your Master Slayer piece is unaffected by your opponent's cards, which is really great. Then we also had Apocalypse with the True Dracos. This card was sent from the field to the graveyard. You can pop one monster in the field pretty much. Then real effects are, you can target one other True Draco, the True King card you control, destroy it, and if you do, half the attack of all your opponent's monsters. That's pretty good if you're losing. I mean, because it permanently halves the attack, which is great. And then it says on your opponent's main phase, immediately as the card resolves, tribute summon but not set one True King or True Draco monster. You're gonna use each effect of Apocalypse turn. So same thing, you can tribute on your opponent's turn. So when I'm looking at this deck, it's pretty much like they fuse Domain Monarchs fused with Dragon Rulers, and they made the True Draco. This is a very powerful, dumb deck. And the build I saw online, they really didn't run anything for the extra deck. They legit ran this exact extra deck. I've never used this extra deck in testing, so if you guys can tell me why this extra deck was used, post in the comment section down below. Only thing I can think of is they ran this extra deck solely for them citing Ghost, Ogre, and Winter Cherries, because it pretty much has everything that would oppose to this deck. You can Ghost, Ogre, Winter Cherries, and Abyss Dweller. You can Ghost, Ogre, Winter Cherries, your opponent's Zodiac cards, and you'd be good to go. And then same thing for the Ghost. You can Ghost over the Utopia card. But yeah, this deck really don't need an extra deck. Every game I won from playtesting, I never use my extra deck. I mean, I guess you can use some rank 5s, a few rank 6s, but for the most part, once you get your masterpiece on the field, he's just going to run rampant. I can definitely see this deck taking over in the Link Summon format if Konami does not do anything to this deck. So here you guys go. This is the explanation portion of the video. Let's get to the combo portion, and then after the combo portion, we're going to finish it out with some replays. So y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome to the combo portion of the video. Now with that being said, there is not a lot of combos to know about in this deck, but the few combos the deck does have is pretty dirty. For example, they're all very simple, like for example, you can have Dynamite Knuckle, the True Draco fighter on the field, where when your opponent activates a card effect, you can activate the trap card from your deck, and in that case you can activate the Revival of the True King to special summon a monster out of your graveyard, which could bring back any of your guys to combo off. Then you can also activate from your deck the Apocalypse of the True Dracos to distribute your monster to pretty much half the attack of all your opponent's monsters, and that way you won't be able to die during that turn. It can save you a game. Another thing you can do, since the traps you can During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately tribute summon for a True Draco True King monster. You can have one of your monsters on a field, activate a trap, activate one of the traps. Let's say, for example, you can activate Dynamite Knuckle, the True Draco Fighter, activate trap from your deck while you have a masterpiece of True Draco Slaying King on your hand. You activate effect, activate, Brain come out, he's unaffected by monsters and traps. Then you can use his effect to pop your opponent's monsters on the field. Pretty dirty. Kind of, well, you can't really do it with the Ignis of the Hate Draco Warrior, but that play in general is just a pretty dirty play to do. And then another play you guys can do, you can, if you open up with True Dragonic Diagram, you can activate Diagram, pop one of your True Draco cards in your hand, activate another Diagram, pop another True Draco card, add your masterpiece to your hand, then you can activate your True Draco Succession to get a quick +1 off of the consistently popping because you're adding cards to your graveyard. But yeah, guys, there's not really a lot of combos to this deck. Like I said, it's more of a control oriented deck because they have a lot of different things they can do. So right now I'm going to lead you guys into the replay videos and hit to the outro, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome to the replay portion of the video. Now, as a disclaimer, I could not get a lot of good replays for you guys. I got about 3. Most people, when they saw that you're playing the True King, True Draco variant of the deck online with the Demise, they just usually scooped it up. So these are just the 3 replays I can get for you guys. So let's begin, starting off with me versus Everyday Duelist. So I open up a pretty solid hand. He's playing Subterror. Now, also keep in mind, I am not an expert with the deck. I'm not as good with this variant as I am the Dinosaur variant, so bear with me. This variant has a lot of different things it can do, and honestly I want to say it has a pretty steep learning curve because there's so many plays you can do. It's one of those decks that's easier said than done, and after my opponent used that power, he pretty much just scooped it right there. I don't think it was much he can do after I banished his field spell, which is why I said error occurred and replay ended. Next replay, me versus player. So he's playing against Cyber Dragon. Now honestly, this is probably the better replay I was able to get for you guys. I was able to just to do some shenanigans, draw, bring out the green guy in my turn. I probably was able to do a better play than that, but at that point I'm just like, you know what? It's too much thinking. I didn't want to think, but I'm like, you know, let me just see how this deck works. So yeah, I mean, like the deck is really good for what it does, which is just pretty much controlling the game state and able to do a lot of battle step tricks. Like for example, I just used the battle step part where I bring out the Master Slayer during the battle phase, send a trap to the graveyard, pop a card, use Master Slayer effect, pop another card, and the Cyber Dragon player wasn't able to OTK me like he would have if I didn't have all those crazy effects. And now I'm just gonna come back and win, do the shenanigans with the Monarch Stormfort, and then do another Draco Slayer shenanigans, pop his board, hit him for 2950. For some reason it didn't take the damage. I forgot. Oh yeah, because I used Card of Demise, duh. And on his turn he goes for the Cyber Dragon thing, and at this point I was in control because I had the Master Slayer card, and I was gonna pop his that Cyber Dragon card, and the replay ended. He just scooped it up because he realized he wasn't in control. I was gonna draw a card and pop the Dragonic Diagram for a game. And then the last replay I have, actually I got 2 replays. Might as well show you both. So I played against the Dinosaur variant online, and Dinosaur variant opened up pretty solid, doing the typical Dinosaur plays. He tried to attack my extra deck, but he didn't. I guess he must have misplayed or whatever. And had a pretty Dinosaur feel. He did the Lost World. I guess he was just testing his variant to see how it works for him personally. And I just started going off with the Draco Slayer, popping the spell cards, attributed to spell and traps. Let's show if I can be unaffected by spell and traps. Now I'm just going to go off a Dragonic Diagram and control the board just by drawing a ton of cards and just getting my monsters to the field. It's like once you get Dragonic Slayer on the field that's unaffected by card effects, and you get the big fat guy right here on a field that's able to just tutor your deck out for the best cards in your deck. Pretty much GG no read. He tried to bring out his boss monster, activate his effect, I chained my effect, popped him. He booped my guy's face down, but on my turn I was just going to win by OTK. And the last replay was very short once again, and I apologize for getting short replays, but like I said, almost everyone I played against pretty much just flaked on me and scooped it up. Even in this game right here, I played against his own guy, Mr. W. And I mean, to be fair, I'm playing a meta deck, and I just had a complete game. So I guess at this point, most players just realize, okay, what their deck can do, and they realize once they lose, ain't no point of doing anything, so they can just give it up. So this game, honestly, I was just in control the whole time. No matter everything he did, I just try to I just controlled him with the power of this deck. This deck is just dumb because they tribute their spell and traps, and all those spell and traps have an effect of giving them an extra tribute summon. So it's kind of like a special summon, but it's not a special summon. So even if Vanity's Emptiness was in the game right now, these card effects will still be going off just due to the fact that these are tribute summons, not special summons. So this deck, honestly speaking, reminds me of Dragon Rulers fused with Monarchs, just by the claws of what they can do. And right now it's about the OTKW and attack for game. So this is the replay portion of the video, guys. That you guys can see this deck just dominates anything that's not relatively fast and cannot like that on board. So I'm gonna hit you guys with the outro, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you give it a big thumbs up. If you guys haven't already, check me out on Patreon. I will be uploading a bunch of content for Patreon this up and coming week. I'm probably going to try to upload the first video at least by Wednesday. If you guys are a new viewer to the channel, I would love for you to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I upload pretty much 5 to 6 times a week, with at least 1 to 2 live streams in a week. So yeah, this is Chris from Innovation Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm signing out. Peace guys, stay innovative. Deuces.